All righty. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I should have done this yesterday. What's going on, Shannon? Hi, Candy. All right. Just a second here. Hope you guys are having a great day. All righty. All right, cool. If you have not, go ahead and give it a thumbs up just because you love me. If not, that's totally cool too. But welcome to All Signs, you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the person on your mind, whether that is a family member or a friend or usually a romantic person that we have on our mind. So we're going to see what this person is afraid to admit about you and about themselves. So I'm going to do a little original spread here. At least I think it's an original. I kind of decided to come up with that, I think, last night or the night before. We'll see how it goes. Of course, as always, if you guys want to book a super chat question, you can do so by heading on over to hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. If you book within the next 5 to 10 minutes, you can get 20% off. You will find that link. It is the pinned comment in the chat box, okay? So let me go ahead and shuffle these. You guys can take care of that while I'm getting ready here because I am ill prepared. Virgos are not as organized as they claim that we are. All right. You look like a princess. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I haven't worn this sweater in a really long time. How am I? I'm pretty good. I'm doing good. Kind of. I haven't really had time to go to the gym. I haven't gone to the gym in 10 days. Yesterday I went, but I ended up having a little mini stomach attack that like just really sucked. So I got all the way there and I had to drive all the way back. I was like, damn, you know, and I'm still trying to move the stuff out of my house and still trying to buy the girls their Christmas presents and everything else, you know. It's a lot. Your son is a Virgo? Okay. Yeah, I dated a few Virgo guys. I don't think it was really for me. But there's some really great Virgo men out there. Cat Williams being one of them. Okay, at least we can claim him, right? Nina, it's really nice to see you. I've been walking 3 miles a day. Ooh, that's fabulous. You know what the one thing that I did this past summer that was like the thing that really made me look like the shit, honestly, like I'm not even joking. I cut out sugar. I cut out sugar and I ate clean as hell. Like I didn't even, after like the first week, I didn't even have any cravings anymore. I felt so good about myself. I looked incredible. Like I looked so good. Like my face looked like it changed. It was weird. And then, of course, I did that with a combination of exercise and man, damn, ladies, that was it. I'm not even going to lie to you. And then I was influenced by another person who was eating ice cream. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I can just have a little. And then a little turned into a lot. And then I went right back to square one. Ugh. So... and I take a long time to get back up on that train. You know what I'm saying? I take a minute. All right, go ahead and get in your last minute super chat questions, you guys. Once I'm done with this deck, we're going to go ahead and start it. Sorry, I'm trying to do it like, because I'm always getting, I know that I get a lot of reversals, but that's because I don't, like, I try, when I shuffle them, I try to make sure that I cut right through the middle when I'm shuffling. So that way it's even, you know, I'm not, and so I'm just trying to reset my deck here a little bit. See if that helps. Your goals, thanks. That square one is magnetic. Wait, what square one? Oh, thanks, Shannon. Yeah, no, I'm still eating sugar, okay? And like, I'm on my period. So I was definitely eating sugar, no doubt about it. I was definitely eating sugar, unfortunately. So I'm trying to get back up on that where I don't do that anymore. Oh, back to square one. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Super fun. I definitely have encountered quite a few setbacks. And usually that's because of some kind of external influence, and I allowed myself to be influenced in some way. And it's just like, no, I just need to follow my North Node in Aries and just listen to myself. Like, honestly. All right. All right, you guys. Oh, it's already getting hot in here. Don't like it. I might need to turn on this damn fan. I just don't like how it gets so loud. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Of course, I got to turn on my creepy dark ambient music and we can get this party started. All right, I got my little rag. What sign do you guys want to start out with? There we go. My fucking junk drawers. What sign? Ooh, Maximus 1. Libra it is, buddy. All right, you guys got to be on your toes. Maximus taking y'all out. Damn. The Libra and the Aries squads are here. All right. All right, let me turn on my Venus and Scorpio creepy music in the background. Hopefully you guys won't be able to hear it. It's just for me, not for anyone else. Okay. There it is. It's my favorite one. Cool. There it is. Oops, I can hear myself. Turn that off. Okay. All right, yay. All right, let me start my Hipsy event and we can get this show on the road or whatever. Cool. All righty. Hold on, you guys. I'm so sorry. Give me one more second. Okay. All right. We all set? Thank you. You're right ahead of me, Kinez. Good job. I haven't had a period in 6 years, but since my youngest started hers, I get sympathy pains. Oh, wow. Is that a real, you know what? Women's bodies were so connected in that way. Like, I'm not really surprised. What's up, Donna? What's up, Asian? I'm thinking how I'm left-handed but twist the cap off with my right hand. I've never thought about it. Okay. You know, morning thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Just some morning thoughts. Been doing weight loss hypnosis. Interesting. Huh. Never heard of that before. Well, maybe I have. Okay. All right, Libra. Let's take a look at what this person is afraid to admit. All right, first let's go ahead and see who this person is. The Four of Pentacles could be a Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, obviously. The Page of Swords reversed. Oh. Ace of Swords reversed. This is somebody who, they may be younger than you, or they just have more of an immature demeanor. This is likely someone who is very held back. And it can be because they are potentially assuming a lot of things about you. This can be somebody who has talked badly about you in some way, or again, just some level of assumption that they really have no clue about. This can also be somebody who has twisted some level of information because they were afraid to lose you. Okay, so if there was something that, like, let's say you and this person are in a relationship and they're afraid that if they were truthful with you about XYZ, that you would leave. Okay, that can be this person. What's the Page of Swords reversed about? The Knight of Wands reversed. About them frolicking around, looking for attention in certain places when they shouldn't, or creating some level of drama just because they want the attention to be on them. It's kind of that vibe. What's up, Tea Room Tarot? Okay. Because I feel like this person is afraid of not being seen. Like there's someone who needs to be seen, either by you, by others, you know. Okay, I just heard histrionic personality disorder. How random. Okay, I'm not diagnosing anybody, obviously, you know. I don't have the education to do that, but I did hear histrionic personality disorder, which I believe it's when somebody has to have the attention on them all the time, or they get really uncomfortable. So basically a moon in Leo. No, I'm just joking. Just joking. Shout out to my moon in Leos. I'm just kidding. Okay. What is the truth that they're afraid to admit about Libra? That you are right. Queen of Pentacles reverse, Five of Cups reverse, King of Wands reverse. This is somebody who has made you feel very insecure. They're very well aware that they have made you feel some kind of way. They're also very well aware that if at one point you felt very critical or you felt very insecure in the dynamic, they understand that they have something to do with that. But while you were in this state of mind, this is somebody, like, you said something to them that really hit. There was something that you said to this person that was very critical, or even for some of you, just flat out mean. And while it hurt their ego, they understand. Okay? They understand why you said it. And I don't even think that they feel like you were wrong. And I think that's what hurts the most. Libra. Tell me about that Five of Cups reverse. The Queen of... Ooh, I feel like there's a third party energy, you know. Okay. If it's not a third party energy exactly, then I feel like this is somebody who is very well aware that they had something to do with the reason why you don't trust them. And you hurt their ego. There's something that you said or something that you did, gave you your 2 cents on them, on a situation, and you know, it hurt their feelings. Maybe rightfully so. Okay. What does this person want with Libra? The Hermit reverse. If you've been like estranged from this person, or if you've been separate from this person, maybe no contact, or you just haven't been as communicative as you have been, I feel like this person wants you to like come out of that. They want your presence. I heard, but I don't want to talk about that. There was one specific thing that they don't want to talk about, but I feel like you do, but they don't want to talk about it. They just want to go with the flow. They don't want to think about it. To me, because these two knights and the page, they're both in reverse. It feels like this person tries to avoid some level of accountability, either through misinformation or trying to create drama where there is none. So like, oh, I don't want you to look here, so I'm going to create chaos over here. Do you see what I'm saying? Like a magic trick. Like, look here, don't look over here. That's kind of what this feels like to me. The High Priestess. They feel like you're very desirable in a lot of ways, very sexually desirable. This person may feel like sometimes you're unattainable. Now, whether that's true or not, that's just how they feel. Like they can't totally pin you down, or they can't totally read you or something like that. I feel like they want to see through that. But at the same time, I think that scares them. Because what am I going to find in there is what I heard. Like whatever you know about them. So real quick, okay, I don't want to stay on it too long and bore the hell out of you, but like if you're the type of person where you can see right through them, they don't want you to do that. And if you do that, where you're able to see through this person, they don't want you to tell them. They don't want to hear about it. That's something they're avoiding. It's not necessarily about you per se. It's the truth that you bring to a situation that makes them feel uncomfortable about themselves. Because the truth that you're bringing, it's either you just are being your authentic self and it's a mirror, and there's something that scares them about that, or you can see right through them and you tell them about themselves in some way, or you ask, you know, the right or the wrong questions and they get really uncomfortable. Your advice is Sagittarius and sorrow heals. In the shadow of heartache, growth emerges. Let pain shape you, not define you, as brighter days beckon just ahead. Well, Libra, you know, your ruler Venus is in Sagittarius right now, and she's going to come up on those squares just like Mars and the Sun did later this month or whatever. I know I have it on my calendar. On the 24th, so around Christmas time, on the 21st, she's going to square Saturn, and then on the 24th, she's going to square Neptune and then move into Capricorn. So I feel like you're definitely going to come up against some boundaries or some confusion or some illusions that you're going to have to be really honest with yourself about. And I think that when you crack down on whatever that is, because that same day that Venus squares Neptune at an anaretic degree, which is like the last degree of a sign, then she's going to move into Capricorn, where shit's going to get real. You know, you might start to get more serious. Your boundaries might become a bit more strong. Although it's still ruled by that Saturn in Pisces. So I feel like things are still going to be a little fuzzy. But I feel like this is kind of asking you to go with the flow of things, you know, try to be more optimistic. I'm not necessarily saying about this person, but try to live your life, have fun, you know, try to just have fun right now as much as you can, especially during the holidays. I think that this person most likely has caused you some pain, or just some issues in your life that you didn't necessarily ask for. Maybe you did. I mean, I don't know. Maybe your soul did subconsciously, but it's trying to get you to see that um, there's a light at the end of the tunnel with whatever this is. Okay. And it's not going to be all bad. Like, give yourself a moment, feel the things, you know, feel how you need to feel, but it's not going to always be like this, something like that. All right. Thanks a lot, Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. All right. Want to make sure the dog isn't under me. Great. This rag looks like shit. Look like I cleaned my fucking car with it. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what this person is afraid to admit. First, let's see who this person is. The Tower reversed. Could be an Aries or another Scorpio. Oof. The King of Cups reversed. Scorpio energy again. All righty. Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay. All right. Okay. So much for trying to reset my deck earlier. Tower, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, all reversed. Cool. This is likely the type of person who believes their own bullshit. This is likely a person who will tell you whatever you want to hear, or whisper sweet nothings that they don't necessarily mean. You know, they are very stuck on a certain emotional narrative that actually creates more chaos, because there's like, you think of the King of Cups in the upright, right? That is Scorpio. That is Scorpio energy. It's truth. It's vulnerability. It's owning your own fears, right? It's not surface level. And I think that this person tries to sometimes appear like they are in depth, or they're being very honest, or they're being very real, when really it's some kind of facade. And this person goes between wanting to be truly authentically vulnerable to being afraid of that, and kind of sitting on that fence a lot, which ultimately creates more chaos within themselves, because there's some kind of change that really needs to happen for this person, but they're refusing to, like, this is like, for instance, this can be somebody that you had a connection with, where maybe the connection was built on sex and looks, okay? Which I'm not saying that that's what it is, but let's just use that as an example, okay? And so now we're still holding on to this connection, or this person is still hanging on to the connection because they love the sex, or they love how you look, or whatever it is. But that tower is going to fall. Why? Because we've built the connection on something that is not sustainable. And so it's going to fall. You know, and so that's who this person is, or this is the kind of like connection that you have with them. I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm not saying they only like you for sex or for how you look. I'm saying there's a shaky foundation that has been built with this person, and there's a refusal for them to be truly authentic. What is that Tower reversed? The Knight of Cups reversed. It's like they're living in this it's almost like they're showing up in the way that they think other people expect them to show up in relationships or in love. They're not actually showing up as they are. Does that make sense? What this person is afraid to admit about you, that you are the foundation, the Knight of Pentacles, the Justice, oof, the Star reversed. This is going to sound really cliche, Scorpio, but this person feels like you deserve better. That is the truth. This is somebody who feels like with that Knight of Pentacles, you really put in the work towards things and you're not someone who slacks. You know, when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it, or the work that you put in, it's not for nothing. This person believes that you're a good person, like a genuinely good person, somebody who's going to do the right thing. I heard, because why would I mess up all the work that I've done? Okay. So for some of you, you could have gone through something that was very tumultuous or traumatic or something, and you had to do a lot of work on yourself. And so why would you F it up now? Right. This person feels like, it sounds so corny. This person feels like you were sent to them in some way and they shit on it. It's like the universe bringing you and giving them a gift and they shit on it. But they know that you deserve better. How does this person respond to that feeling? The Seven of Cups. They try to show up as something else. Like, for instance, let's say that you are somebody who has high self-esteem or a great deal of confidence, and maybe this person doesn't. So the universe brought you into their life as a beautiful Scorpio human being who's very confident, to subconsciously teach them confidence through the dynamic between the two of you. But instead of this person being inspired, maybe they got jealous of you and they tried to make you feel differently about yourself, or ruin your sense of self-confidence or your sense of self-esteem. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of honoring your good qualities, they try to make you confused about them or gaslight you about them because they weren't confident in themselves. And this person already feels like they're getting some kind of karma because of that. What they want from you, Four of Cups reversed, the Seven of Wands reversed, no. The Ten of Cups reversed. They want a conversation with that Eight of Wands. They want to talk to you, but I think that they feel intimidated. Like, if you and this person have not been in conversation, this is likely somebody who is afraid to reach out or text or come see you or whatever it is because of some level of intimidation. So I think that they want you to take some kind of initiative. Even if you live with this person and let's say you're just kind of doing your thing or whatever, it's almost like they want an open door to be able to, why do they want them? What is the goal here? The Page of Cups reverse. It's like there is some kind of fear of vulnerability or letting themselves be seen, like truly authentically being seen, because maybe they know who they are and there are some things that they don't like about themselves, you know, or whatever, and they don't want someone to see that because maybe they're afraid, like, oh well, then this person is just going to leave, or you know, I'm ashamed of who I am and I don't want to grow. And so does that make sense? Pisces is your advice with commit to the journey, with determination, go all in for the long term. Your steadfast focus will bring lasting rewards. Well, what can Pisces be about? Pisces can be about intimacy, intuition, compassion, creativity even, right? It's compassion for the collective in some way. Now, if that's what you need in a partner, if you need that, if you need a creative partner, if you need an intimate, somebody who's very intimate, somebody, you know, Pisces in their highest vibration, they're very poetic and They're very gushy and compassionate and loving and vulnerable, right? Like if that's what you need, or you need to be able to be with somebody that can hold that space for you to be able to do that, then commit to that journey. And if this isn't it, Scorpio, I hope I haven't been saying Libra. If this is not it, Scorpio, then you need to be very honest with yourself about that and commit to vibrating high enough to be able to attract that kind of person into your life. Does that make sense? Or just not accepting what you don't want. Like, for instance, if I really despise, fishing, okay, if I'm like, oh my God, I hate fishing, it's so stupid, okay, I'm not going to date a fisher, or whatever, a fisherman, a fisher. All right, Sagittarius. All right, sorry, I gotta close that door. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see what this person is afraid to admit to you. But first, let's go ahead and see who they are. Shut up, underdog. Who this person is to you. 5 of Pentacles reversed. 8 of Swords. 3 of Cups. This can be somebody that you've been stuck on. Okay. I feel like they're stuck on you. This can be something platonic. Doesn't have to be. Whoever this person is, you've had some kind of discrepancy with them or some kind of separation, and they don't want to be stuck there. They don't want to be stuck in that situation. Okay. There could be a financial element to this relationship as well with that 5 of Pentacles reverse. This person could have helped you out of a bad spot or vice versa. Tell me why that 8 of Swords is there. The 3 of Swords. Ooh. Yeah, if this person is in the doghouse with you, Sagittarius, I would say they probably don't want to be. I would say that they want to be friends, potentially more, or at least start a friendship, even if you and this person have been broken up for a while or something like that. They're kind of still stuck on you because maybe they feel guilty about some pain they caused you, or maybe they're stuck in some kind of pain from you, or whatever the case is. And so they don't want to be stuck in that place anymore. They want to be able to communicate. They don't want to feel left out of your life. They want to feel included. Okay. Why is the 3 of Swords here? Just curious. The Judgment. Somebody could have got back with an ex, or somebody had to take accountability for something, and the truth is what really hurt. Okay. The truth is what hurt. Judgment is the truth. What is this person afraid to admit to Sagittarius? I just heard that song, You Hurt Me First. Who's that by? Is that by Selena Gomez? I don't even have that song on my playlist. Well, Sagittarius, if you are the one that hurt this person, okay, if you're the one that may have had a little boo-boo, this person feels that you are immature. You're holding a grudge because of something that you're either not willing to admit, or you're not willing to evolve or grow up, but instead you just rather kind of gaslight the situation instead of just being honest. And the fact that the judgment is what caused the Three of Swords could be a lack of accountability. So for some of you, this person feels like you gaslit a very serious betrayal. You gaslit them about something that you did. And instead of taking the mature, the vulnerable route, you just decided to kind of spin words or spin stories to keep them in their head about things. Okay. For others of you, if this is somebody who hurt you, then that is what they would likely be admitting, that they did that to you. So I imagine you know which one you are. How did this person affect Sagittarius? The Two of Swords reverse. Whoops. The Lovers. Oh. It says that you felt like you thought or knew that this person is or was the one. This was likely a life-altering connection that you could not ignore. Something that you believed was built on values and love and intimacy and truth. This person affected you deeply. Holy shit. What was that Ten of Swords about? The Page of Wands. Somebody could have like just either acted impulsively or out of some level of immaturity, or somebody may have messaged another person that was inappropriate, because the Page of Wands is what the betrayal is about. For a small few of you, there can be someone here who, like, let's say for you instance, right? Let's say Sagittarius, that you had something that you were really excited to share with this person, and they tried to shut you down and make it seem like it wasn't a big deal to kind of shit on your parade. Excuse my French. What does this person want from Sagittarius? The Ten of Wands reversed, the Magician, and the Sun reversed. This person wants you to drop some kind of perceived dead weight. I don't think that they really want to talk about some big issue. I think they want to kind of sweep something under the rug, in my opinion. Okay. For others of you, this person may want you to be stronger than you have been. Like, for instance, if you're a man, this person may want you to man up in some way, make their life easier, not harder, you know, be able to hold it down when shit's kind of crazy and all over the place. Because this person feels like you have the ability to do it, but you decide to do the opposite for some of you. This is that's a kind of a confusing reading. Your advice is Libra. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Libra. And Serene Haven. Embrace tranquility as you refuge, where serenity blossoms and peace enfolds your being. Well, Libra is how we relate to others. It can also be about consideration, fairness, harmony. Who are we surrounding ourselves with? And is that bringing peace, or is that bringing chaos? How are we in relationships? And is that bringing peace, or is that bringing chaos? So some things to think about, whichever side you fall on. Let's move on to Capricorn. Hey, Lisa. All right, Capricorn, let's go ahead and see what this person is afraid to admit about you and themselves. First, we're going to see who this person is so you can kind of get a hint as to who we're talking about and if this reading is for you. The Nine of Pentacles, somebody very independent, most likely attractive, somebody who can stand on their own feet. They probably like to enjoy the finer things of life, you know. The Empress. Damn. I hope you didn't fumble this, buddy. This person is a very strong feminine energy. Does that mean it has to be a woman? No, but it's very strong feminine energy. It's somebody who, again, they take care of themselves. You know, maybe they work out or they eat right, or, you know, this can be a very creative being, somebody who is able to take something and turn it into art. This is somebody who's most likely pretty financially independent. Somebody who, again, likes the finer things of life. They're very earthy. We have Venus in Virgo, we have Taurus, and we have Moon in Taurus. So this is a very earthy kind of, ma'am, what is going on? Okay. Just my cat. This is somebody who is not only independent, but they're also very generous with their time, with their energy, with their money. Maybe they give to charity, or maybe they give really great advice. You know, it's somebody who's likely a parent, or they have that very maternal nature about them. They're very nurturing, very loving. So this is likely a very attractive person, okay? So if you're dealing with somebody that looks like the human version of a sardine, you know, I don't think that this is your guy or your girl, okay? What this person is afraid to admit about you. The Queen of Wands reversed. For some of you, it can be a same-sex relationship. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Swords reversed. Well, I'm sure that they have some nice things to say. You know, if I were to do like a full spread on this person's full-blown opinion about you. Unfortunately, this is somebody, this is going to be rough, okay? This is somebody who feels like you are jealous, you are insecure, you are in this kind of low vibration, shadow, feminine energy, even if you're a man, okay? Where you're non-committal, or you're lazy, or you're too concerned about what everybody else thinks, and so you're really not authentic. Queen of Wands reverse is not authentic because she's too insecure to be, or he's too insecure to be. And then you turn around and you play victim. And you're like, oh, well, poor me, you know, and this person feels like like the way that they would say it is, you got yourself here. You put yourself in this position, or something like that. I don't know if they would like say that to you directly, maybe, but why is that Queen of Wands reversed? The Moon. They feel like you have a very shadow aspect of you that is quite fear-based, that causes you to act out or you know, the Queen of Wands reverse can be very impulsive. She's the type, or he's the type, to throw a chair across the room in like a really, you know, dramatic sense. Okay. That's like you know, the worst it can kind of get with the Queen of Wands reverse. Or it can be like this backbiting, very passive aggressive, very impulsive with what one says, you know, things like this, but they feel like it's all fear-based. It's rooted in some level of fear, and they may feel like you project your insecurities onto them. How does it make this person feel about Capricorn? Oh my God, I'm just so sorry, buddy. I'm just so sorry. You know, it's I'm sorry. It's not funny, honestly, but this is, you know, I try to joke, okay? I need people to understand. Somebody wrote a comment the other day and they're like, you shouldn't be making fun of people. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to make the uncomfortable silence more comfortable. Just my personality. Anyway, Ace of Wands reversed. That's how you make them feel, okay? So they feel unattracted. Just put it quite, you know, point blank, period. They feel unattracted. This behavior makes them unattracted. You know, dry as a prune in June, right? Or like a limp noodle, however you would like to say it, okay? What they want from you, the Two of Cups reversed, the Nine of Wands reversed, the Four of Wands reversed. Ooh. Okay. Capricorn, this person feels disconnected to me. I don't even like, it's like they've kind of just given up in some way. It's almost like they're looking at you like a wet noodle, like a wet sock. Like a wet sock. Like, what are you going to do about this? Or are you just going to sit there? You know, like there's no grit, or there's no, where's your fight? You know, where are your gloves? Or where are your gloves? You know, like there's something like they're looking at you like a wet sock straight out of the gym bag, something like that. Why am I glitching? Well, let's see your advice. House 4 reversed. Fully immersed. Everything you want is all around you, just waiting for you to see it. You got to come out of your comfort zone, buddy. You know, get out of the house, go touch grass. House 4 can be about our past, our mother, or the nurturing parent, our childhood. You know, maybe there's some golden nuggets back there for you that you need to take a look at. I mean, I'm not really sure, but it's saying like the good things in life or what you want is absolutely available to you, but you have to be willing to do the maybe shadow work or the childhood work or whatever it is, the emotional work. And you have to be able to have gratitude for the things that you already have in your life. And I'm not saying that you don't, okay, but that's what it's saying. So something about that. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, that reading was rough. That reading was rough, baby. Okay. Everybody hit the like button if you have not. What's going on, Enigma? It's good to see you. All right. Okay, didn't even have that written. Sorry about that. Sorry, Capricorn. And no, there's not a Capricorn in my life. Sometimes people think that when I like have a negative reading, they're like, oh, you must, you know, have beef with an Aries. I really don't. I don't talk to anybody except for like 3 people. So no, and I'm not dating. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not doing any of that. Okay, it's not a personal attack. It's just tarot. All right. Sorry, guys. I feel like I keep glitching, and I'm not sure why. All right. So Aquarius, who this person is, damn. The Emperor. Could be an Aries. Speaking of Aries, pretty funny. Temperance reverse, Sagittarius. And I was talking about, okay. Anyway, and the Eight of Cups. Wee wee. Why is the Temperance reversed? The Nine of Cups. Oh, buddy. This is definitely not like a bullshitter. This is somebody who's straight to the point, babe. You know, straight to the point. They have shit to do. They have things to do. They have places to go, people to see. That's kind of their vibe. This is somebody who is likely a boss or a CEO, or they just have that demeanor of getting shit done. Okay. It's usually a very stern person, a go-getter. You know, the Emperor's hot shit, right? I feel like he's the type to discipline you, you know, bend you over his knee and spank you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that. But unfortunately, this person may have either A, had some kind of addiction where they were overdoing it in some area of their life, or it's that this person got to a point where they felt like it was impossible to create something with you because there was something in the relationship dynamic that they did not want. It was not something that was on their checklist, something like that. And so this may be somebody who has walked away, because the Temperance reverse, the Temperance is about alchemy a lot of the times. Okay. Yes, it can be like a lack of patience. Yes, this person may have lost their patience with you at some point, or whatever the case may be. But the Temperance reverse can be where we have two different substances, let's say, and mixing them together does not create something delicious, right? It creates something chaotic or just straight up nasty, and not in the good way, right? Imagine putting milk in Coca-Cola, right? No thanks. So that is kind of this vibe that you may have with this person, or how they felt about the situation. I will say this person may be a little bit self-serving, you know, but that Emperor, to me, it's like this person seems to have a very specific mission for their life and what they want. And so I don't think that they're the type to stick around when they know that just something isn't going to work. So it seems like this person may have walked away from you, or a situation between the two of you. What are they afraid to admit or to tell Aquarius about themselves? The Six of Swords reverse. This person feels like you continuously stay stuck in the past, or you stay stuck in an old situation. Okay, maybe rightfully so. I don't know you. I don't know them. I don't know the situation. I'm just telling you what the cards say. Okay. The King of Pentacles reverse. Does this person feel like you're a gold digger? Here. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see. The Fool reversed. This person may feel like you deal with situations very stubbornly, or you deal with situations by overspending, not getting your life together, or making some kind of reckless decisions without any consideration for maybe how somebody else would feel about something. And it's because they feel like you will take a problem and you will fixate on it and you will run it into the ground. Because you feel like there's something there in that problem that you have to solve that is going to give you something or bring you something. But they feel like there's a refusal for you to just let go and trust, or just let bygones be bygones. And again, maybe rightfully so. I don't know them. This is just what's in their head. Okay. And I don't know you. For some of you, this person thinks that you were trying to use them, or that you did use them and you were trying to get away with something. Okay. because that Seven of Swords is clarifying that King of Pentacles reverse because of an old issue. Like this person may feel like they tried to help you with an old issue and you tried to take advantage, or you just acted recklessly because you were stuck on a past situation that you couldn't get out of your head. And so you were kind of like doubling down on whatever that situation is. How does this make them feel for Aquarius? The Three of Pentacles. This person may even feel like you guys have similar goals in mind, you know, like a similar trajectory, or for like what you want in life or whatever it may be. One more for that. The Queen. This person feels like you're really smart, really intelligent, you know, like they see some kind of big picture, but something happened here. Because I think that they feel like you're very cunning, very smart, like very much a go-getter in some kind of way. But at the same time, they may feel like you'll run something into the ground to be able to get your way. So it's like everything has a place. You know what I'm saying? Like this perceived attitude or demeanor that they feel like you have, where you can be quite relentless in regards to getting what it is that you want. They may feel like there's a catch to that, you know? Because like, yeah, maybe you can, like, I don't know, let's just say run your own business and get to the top of the corporate ladder or something like that. But then there's this other side of you where you fixate on like a negative problem or something like that. You'll run a relationship into the ground until you get that figured out or something like that. Okay. What they want from you, the Wheel of Fortune reverse, they want you to break some kind of cycle that they feel like you have. Okay. Because again, this person feels like you fixate on something and then you spiral or you get into this loop about things. The Devil reverse. Yeah. See, they want you to have a realization or an awareness around that. And they want you to actually empower yourself, or they want you to admit something. They want you to detach from this need of feeling like you have to control something, because they feel like you can't just let go. You know, there's something about them feeling like, I really love just reading for Aquarius. For some reason, I always feel like I just get really into it, like 9 out of 10 times. Like, I would love to do a full spread on this. This is such an interesting reading for me. The World. Wow. Like, I really don't think that this is all bad, Aquarius, because I think that this person genuinely wants the best for you. But I think that sometimes that means that they know that about themselves. And so somehow your life or your actions may potentially affect their life negatively. And so, but they still care about you. So they know that they have to separate themselves sometimes or walk away because it's almost like self-preservation, but they really do want the best for you. I really do believe that. Like, I'm not saying this person hasn't done anything to you ever or said something. Sure. Like, I've said a lot of things to people that I love that I didn't mean, you know what I mean? It doesn't make it any better, but I still want the best for them, you know? And I kind of feel like that's how this person feels about you. So let me not get too into that. Jupiter. Okay. Spiritual retreat. Seek solitude to reconnect with your inner wisdom and emerge rejuvenated. Well, you know, both of these cards are kind of spiritual in nature. They're very wisdom oriented. They're very spiritual. So I think that you guys are needing to focus on faith and spirituality and the bigger picture and your purpose. And, you know, if you're a religious person, great, do that. If you're a spiritual person, like, there's something that you need to do. I don't know if you need to journal more, take some walks out in nature, get together with the spiritual. There's something very spiritual that it's asking you to do, because it's asking you to grow and expand your perspective on something. Maybe you need to go to a spiritual retreat, you know, or something like that. Anyway, it really will do you some good. You know, sometimes for me, I just need to be by myself for like a week. I need to be by myself, and I need to go take walks in nature, and I just need to do my writing. I just need to do my creative stuff, you know, and that's a very spiritual experience for me because I realize a lot of things about myself. And so maybe for you guys, there's something there. Anyway, I could sit on this reading all day. I need to move on. I need to move on. Okay. What a cool reading. Definitely the most interesting one so far. I actually like this because it's a little bittersweet. It's not all bad. I like them a little complex. I'll go to a spiritual retreat if I could bring my cat, please. Not me. Everybody would just be hearing, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. The whole time they'd kick me out. Ma'am. All right, let's move on to Pisces. I think we're making pretty good time here today. I'm not going to stand here for 4 hours. Jesus. Oh, that looks like shit. All right, moving on. Pisces, let's go ahead and take a look at this person. Okay, could be a sun in Virgo. 8 of Pentacles. This is a very hard worker, most likely. Okay, somebody you definitely probably had a little bit of drama with. This person can have some drama in their work or from their work. Can we open this a little? Oh, I don't know. That's a little bright for me. This person can have a little bit of drama around their work or what they do for it. This is earth meets fire kind of vibe. Like, this is not a person who's afraid to shut the rest of the world out so they can get their shit together. Like, I think that this is likely somebody who tries to, I don't want to say avoids drama, but I think that they rather be working on something tangible, be working on something that matters, something that they can touch, feel, taste, smell, than get involved in drama. This is somebody who is likely building something. Maybe they're building a course. Maybe they're building a website. Maybe they have a business. Do I keep glitching? That is pissing me off. Maybe they have a business. This could be a younger person, not for all of you, okay? But they're a really hard worker. Why is the 5 of Wands here? The Ace of Pentacles reversed. This person, you may have been in some kind of competition around money or work with this person, or there was some kind of drama around a missed opportunity or work that was not done, something like that. Just some kind of drama over a missed opportunity. Really hard worker, though, whoever this person is. 8 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. This person can also be somebody you had drama with and they tried to offer you something afterwards as well. Like, they tried to, can I take you out for a drink? Or, you know, do you want to collaborate with me? Or maybe this is someone you work with. I'm not really sure, but it's really interesting. Okay, what is this person afraid to admit about Pisces? The 7 of Pentacles. Okay. The Hangman reversed. The 9 of Swords. Oh my goodness. This person is very invested in, like, you know, the Hangman can be Pisces, technically Neptune, but I feel like this person is invested in your journey. You know, they may be financially invested, energetically invested, or emotionally invested, something like that. But this person feels like you do this thing where you project onto the future. You get really, really worried. You get in your head, you're taking the past and you're putting it in front of you, and you're like, well, this is definitely going to happen again, you know, or something like that. And so you get yourself in these spirals with that Hangman reverse where you lack like all accountability or all perspective in some way. Like, this person feels like you get in your head a lot and they feel like you get invested in the wrong thing, or your focus gets on the wrong thing when you should be looking over here. Because this to me is a very like realistic kind of person for the most part. And they feel like you get in your head and you project these like ideals, or you project this paranoia or something onto the future. How does this person feel about Pisces? The Death card, the Force. They feel like you need some kind of change in your life to change the way that you think, or there's some kind of healing that needs to happen in your life. So your perspective or the way that you think can change. Because some way of like thinking, something about your mind, like something about the way that you think, or you project fears or whatever it is, like they believe that there needs to be a change here. For some of you, this person might be done with this connection, okay, if that's applicable to you. But sometimes they may feel like they can only take you in like chunks or small doses, kind of. So I don't know who this is to you. What does this person want from Pisces? The Hierophant, commitment. They want some kind of commitment from you. The Ace of Cups, they want you to open up. They want you to commit to some kind of new beginning and some path that you're on. This person wants you to stand your ground, stick to your morals, focus on your education, focus on the relationship that you have with them maybe. The Six of Wands reverse. I feel like they don't want you to bring attention to things that don't matter. Like there's something about this person feeling like you focus on the wrong things. And it gets you in this like whirlwind of chaos and mental destruction. And they're like, oh my God. You know, and what this person really wants from you is they want your commitment to them, or they want your commitment to this path that you're on with them in some kind of way. And they want you to be able to open up and be vulnerable with that, and maybe even be a little optimistic. But they want you to stand your ground, or stick to your morals or your values, or focus on spirituality or education or something like that. But they don't want you to draw attention to the things that they feel like don't matter. Okay. Cardinal and Tide of Transition. Okay. Embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. Okay. So it's asking you to take initiative on the things that you want to change. And like being okay with things actually changing. That's what it's asking you to do. But it's saying that you're the one that has to instigate the change that you want. Especially in regards to love and work. Okay. All right, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Okay. All right, let's move on. What's up, Lynn? Aries. Okay, Aries, let's go ahead and see your person. Who this person is. The Chariot could be a Cancer. And then the Two of Wands. Okay. Not mad at that. And the Eight of Pentacles, Sun and Virgo. Okay. This is also a very hard worker. This is somebody who is very determined, very driven, very strong. There's something that maybe in regards to you personally, but there's something that they're emotionally tied to that they want to succeed at. So whether that's a specific project, or, you know, maybe they're writing a book or something like that. This is not the kind of person to fuck off or slack off. Excuse my French. This is the type of person who's going to be like, I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do to have a victory in regards to the things that I want. And I'm willing to come out of my comfort zone and pick a side of the fence in order to do that. That's who this person is. They're very determined. This person, like, they're not going to let fear hold them back from making their own decisions. This is likely somebody who has incredibly high standards as well, you know, and they may be at a crossroads right now. Like, whoever this person is, they may be at a crossroads and they kind of have to pick a path. What are they to Aries? The Queen of Wands. A baddie. Somebody who's maybe very attracted to you. I feel like this person is likely some kind of leader. Somebody who's very sexy, most likely, outspoken, doesn't give a fuck what people think. This is a very, like, strong person, a very strong person with standards. You know, they probably will kick you out of the bed for eating crackers, baby. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Go sit on the bathroom floor and eat your fucking crackers. You know, it's like, this is somebody, I'm just joking. But this is somebody who's very headstrong, confident, just sexy. They have that aura. Okay, whoever this person is. What are they afraid to admit to Aries about Aries? 9 of Cups reverse, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles reverse. They feel like you don't do enough. Like, and what do I mean by that? Well, this person feels like you just stay open-minded, which is fine, or you just spy on them, but you don't actually plant seeds with intent. This person feels like you don't have any actual intent, either in general or with them specifically. And this person can feel like you're just very either codependent, or they feel like you tend to be very selfish. You know, you're not going to do something if it doesn't suit you and you only, you know, and they feel like you're not really mature enough to be able to plant the seeds that either you say you want or that you have attempted to plant with them. Like, they feel like you're not really willing to do the work. You're just delaying some kind of work. But like, it's almost like somebody saying, this is just an example, right? And it's the only one I can really think of. It's like somebody saying that they're really interested in working out and they're watching a bunch of videos on working out. And then you invite this person, okay, want to come to the gym with me tomorrow? And they're like, oh no, I still feel like I need to watch some more videos on it. It's like, you know, you skipped Virgo, went to Libra. We started with Libra. So Virgo is going to be last. Okay. We started with Libra today. So no, I did not skip Virgo. It'll be last. Tell me about that 9 of Cups. The Hierophant reverse. Yeah, they feel like you're not really, like, if something has to be your way or not at all. How does that make them feel? The Knight of Wands. I don't think they take you as seriously as they would maybe somebody else. Like, I think that they're attracted to you, you know, they think you're sexy maybe or whatever, but they're showing up as like a Queen of Wands, and in their eyes, doesn't mean it's true, okay, but in their eyes, you're showing up as a Page of Swords. And so how does it make this person feel? Well, you know, they're good for having fun with, or they're good for doing creative fun things with, or they're good for, you know, rolling around in the hay with, or whatever it is. Doesn't mean it's true. But okay, well, what does this person want from Aries? The 8 of Swords reverse. The 9 of Pentacles. If this person feels like you're just being lazy, or you're not doing the work, or you have some unhealthy coping mechanisms, you're like, you know, whatever it is, this person wants you to come out of that, because they feel like there's some kind of narrative that you get stuck on about yourself and why you are the way that you are. And they want you to get out of that. They're like, you are doing this. Like, nobody's keeping you here. Nobody's, you know, keeping you from going to the gym, or like whatever it is. But they feel like you're stuck in some kind of loopy narrative that isn't serving you. And what they want you to do is get out of that, switch your mindset, come out of the self-imprisonment that you put yourself in and be independent to work towards your goals to get to where you want to be instead of just like talking about them or something like that. Yeah, Ten of Swords reverse. I feel like they want you to evolve because there may have been some kind of dramatic ending between the two of you, or maybe you had some trauma or some really unfortunate circumstances. They're like, take that and use it as a ladder. Because this person, you know, I feel like they want you to be a little bit more like them. Okay. Now, whether you decide to do that or I don't know you and I don't know this person. I'm just telling you where they're at because they're in this energy because this is who this person is. They're very determined. They're very courageous. They're a leader, etc. So they're probably not going to be too keen on being with somebody who they perceive to be lazy or not as assertive or what's the word? Ambitious, maybe, let's say. Your advice, Chiron reversed. And behind the veil, welcome uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and be okay with not knowing. What's that Chiron wound around? The Eight of Wands. About moving forward, about speaking your mind, about taking initiative. There's some kind of wound that you may have around that you may try to suppress. And there's some kind of fear that you have about not knowing something, especially around some kind of opportunity or missed opportunity. And there's some kind of fear around that. So it's almost like you're putting it off, you're putting some kind of opportunity off, or you may be procrastinating on something because you're afraid of what may come with it or whatever. And it's telling you to kind of give up control of that because you're robbing yourself is what I feel like. So I don't know what that means for you. That feels very specific. Alrighty. Now we're going to move on to Taurus. Why the fuck do I keep skipping? This is really annoying. Okay. All right, you guys, I really got to pee, so give me 1 second. All right. Okay. Taurus. Is everyone moody and sleepy lately? Yeah, but I think I'm just on my period. So funny you would bring that up during the Taurus read out of all signs. What's up, Debbie? Good to see you. All righty. Okay. All right. Taurus. Let's go ahead and take a look at this person, but let's see who they are first. The Ace of Wands. Okay. The Death reversed. The Three of Wands reversed. Very attracted to you. I think this person is inspired by you. They seem to be very motivated. This is a past person with the Death reversed. Okay, maybe they're a Scorpio. But this is somebody who is holding on to you specifically, but they seem to be getting frustrated because maybe they tried to pursue you, or like if this is a new person, maybe they tried to ask you out, maybe you rejected them or something like that, and like they just can't let it go, or they keep trying, or there's something. If this person is like an ex, for instance, or something like that, there's still a very strong attraction. This person is, again, very inspired by you, but they're not willing to let you go. But I feel like this person is also not willing to change, or they're not making the changes that they need. And so that's why something isn't happening with you that they want to happen. So this person is getting very frustrated. They feel like there's some delay. They're getting irritable or irritated or just kind of annoyed, or like, why isn't something working? Tell me about that Death reversed. The Page of Cups reversed. This can be somebody who either they didn't allow themselves to be vulnerable, or they could have been very emotionally manipulative. This can be somebody who is constantly playing victim in a situation, and they won't let go of that narrative either. So I feel like there's a level of authenticity that may be required. I'm not saying they're just totally 100% not authentic, but what this person is afraid to admit to you, the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Wow. The Five of Cups. Oh, buddy. Bright Knight, what are you talking about? I think that this person is in love with you. I think that this person is in love with you, or that's what they want. They want to share some kind of intimate connection between the both of you. This person may have a lot of regrets around the situation, but they want to take action. They want to take emotional action. I just don't know what they're talking about. I'm just going to leave them. Tell me about that Five of Cups. Queen of Pentacles reversed. You may have said something to this person that really cut to the bone, which may have made them think. There can be a big focus on the past as well. I don't know, Taurus. I just feel like this person has a lot of regrets. But they have a lot of love too. This is like there's a lot of love here. Well, that doesn't pay the bills. I'm just kidding. Samantha, that's because I shuffle beforehand. I learned that from Minnow Pond Tarot. And I was shuffling in the very beginning, if you were here. You people, listen, I'm getting annoyed. I'm starting to get really annoyed by people in the chat. If you go to the very beginning, I shuffled both decks. You can literally go watch it. Have fun. This person may also regret maybe not committing to you in a way that you wanted them to as well. It just feels like there's a lot of love here. I don't know why they're afraid to admit that. Maybe they're afraid to be vulnerable, but the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, I mean, this is somebody who clearly wants to take action. They can feel like you're somebody who's very intuitive, very sensitive, very loving, very creative. You know, they're wanting to kind of sweep you off your feet kind of thing, but there's also a lot of regrets around this. How does this person feel? Two of Cups. This person loves you, Taurus. This person's like in love with you, loves you. Like loves you, loves you. Okay. Okay. What else is that Five of Cups about? The Six of Pentacles. Maybe this person took you for granted, or they weren't generous enough with you or something like that. They could have regrets around that as well. Maybe they were stingy with their time or their energy or their love or their money or something like that. The Strength reversed is what they want from you. The Page of Wands reversed and the Sun reversed. And the King of Cups too. If you've been stalling or you've been holding back or you haven't been letting this person in, they may feel like that's either due to your ego or your lack of optimism in the situation. I feel like they want you to give into this, in my opinion. Like they want you to let your walls down. And they feel like you're not communicating with them because of your ego or because you're trying to make a point or something like this. But they like want you to let them love you. Okay. So whatever you want to do with that. Okay. Is this a past? It looks like a past person with the Death reversed. Looks like a past person. Because the Five of Cups is here. The Death reverse is here. Your advice, Uranus, and take great care. Nurture yourself, prioritize well-being, and tread gently on your journey ahead. Okay. Well, Uranus is in your sign right now, Taurus, and it's retrograde. So think about the changes that you've made in regards to the Taurus natal house in your chart and ask yourself if you're happy with the changes that you've made there. It may also be requiring that you take more care in that specific house in your natal chart. So let's say that you have, Taurus in your third house. Okay. So this may be saying, you know, are you happy with a writing project that you've made? Are you happy with the website? Are you happy with the kind of content that you're consuming or the kind of content that you're creating? You know, are you happy with where you live or whatever it is? Okay. So wherever I feel like wherever Uranus is transiting right now in your chart, transiting, not natally, but transiting, I feel like that's what you need to focus on. Okay. But take care of yourself, Taurus, because it's asking you to prioritize your own well-being. Okay. Yep, started with Libra. If you guys are ever concerned that I'm tricking you all or anything like that, when you don't see me shuffle cards, I shuffled them ahead of time. I shuffled them in the very beginning of the reading. You can go and take a look if you're ever concerned that I am a card counter or whatever it's called. Do you guys remember that show or that movie? with Zach Galifianakis, and they all go to Vegas. Hangover. Did you ever see that? And he like knows how to count cards, and like he's at the casino, and all these like little numbers are going off in his head. If you guys think I'm like that, you can just go to the beginning of the reading, and you can check me out shuffling the cards. When you shuffle the cards, like with every sign, it puts on like an extra 30 minutes to what you're doing. So I just like to pre-shuffle, and I trust that spirit knows which sign and blah, blah, blah in order and all of that stuff. I learned that from Minnow Pond Tarot. Minnow Pond Tarot is fucking incredible. He has more subscribers than any other tarot reader, that at least that I'm aware of. If you want to take some business advice from that guy, or from anybody, it'd be that guy. Thank you, Lori. Exactly. Thanks, Mojo. Good to see you. You're a great reader as well. That's fine, Samantha. Yeah, I mean, some do. You know, there are some that shuffle in between every one. I have multiple decks that I use, and so I don't want to spend 6 hours, you know, on a tarot reading, and I tend to take longer because I get too into them. And so I saw Minnow Pond Tarot. He would shuffle in the very beginning, and then he would just lay the cards, and he would pick them off the top, and that's how I decided to do it. I don't do that with my my personal readings usually. I do what I'm called to do. Oh, thanks, Nina. I appreciate that. I don't know how I did that, but I appreciate it. Your hair looks pretty. Thank you, Mira. Oh, you use my full government, honey. Thanks. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Gemini. Taurus, that reading really was beautiful. Okay, we needed to win one. You know what I'm saying? I have a Taurus in Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, 8th house. Damn, and the South Node. Wonderful. Okay, we just keep freezing. Love that for us. Oh, shit. That end looks terrible. Sorry, guys, I didn't graduate high school. All right, Gemini, let's see who this person is, shall we? Thanks, Enigma, I love you. The 7 of Pentacles for who this person is. Oh, damn. Could be another Gemini for some of you, not for all of you. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, look at that. All in the upright, too. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This person is on you, like, wants to roll around in you like pig in shit, honestly. Sorry. You know, this person is on you like white on rice, baby, you know. This is likely somebody who's pretty invested into just you as a person. I mean, the Lovers is Gemini, you know, this is you. They like what you're about. I think this person is very clear. I think this person wants to choose you. I think that this is somebody who feels like the connection surpasses something casual. I don't think that they take this connection lightly. I think that they're very serious about this connection, or at least how they feel. Because they feel like there's something about this connection that gives them some level of truth, especially around who they are, their morals, their values, how they communicate. Like there's some kind of awareness that they have because of you and because of the connection. And they're like, well, damn, you know. But it seems like because of that feeling, they want things to happen faster than they are actually happening right now. What's that Ace of Swords? The 3 of Cups reversed. What do they want to talk about? The Page of Pentacles. Okay, if so, I'm getting a couple of stories. If you've just been friends with this person, I don't think they want to just be friends. Now I'm getting that scene from Naomi in Wolf of Wall Street where he's like, oh, I just thought we could be friends. And she was like, we're not going to be friends. I'm getting that image in my head, or that scene in my head. For others of you, there may be some kind of discussion or some clarity around some kind of drama or third party situation that they may have cleared up or wanted to clear up. But I don't see anything negative. It feels like this person is wanting to like truly give you something that's worth a damn. For some of you, if you've been kind of estranged from this person or you haven't really been talking, they don't want that. They're over that. Okay. They want to lay you down right now. Okay. It's like that kind of vibe. I truly believe, Gemini, that this is the kind of person who would likely pick you out of a crowd. I do believe that. Okay. But let's see. What is this person afraid to admit to Gemini? The Three of Swords reverse, the Magician. There you are again. That's a good omen, in my opinion. Two of your major arcanas, two of your cards are showing up in this reading. And now I just heard that song, I Want You Back by NSYNC. You back, dun, 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 dun. Is it NSYNC? Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah, it's NSYNC, I'm pretty sure. Okay. This looks like somebody from your past, most likely. They feel like you hold the cards, balls in your court. This is somebody who likely feels like you are very powerful. You're the gatekeeper to this relationship. Because remember when I said they want something to happen faster than maybe it can right now? That's because they feel like you are the one controlling the ship. You're the one running the ship. You're the one that says when it goes faster, when it goes slower, when it goes backward, whatever the fuck, right? That's what they feel. And if this person had hurt you in any way, Gemini, I feel they're kind of like, what can I do to make it up? Or, hey, are you over that yet? Or, something, right? What's this person's feelings about Gemini? The Three of Pentacles. They feel like you guys have a lot of commonalities or common goals. Okay. They feel like you guys are on the same page about something. Give me one more. The Ace of Cups. Dang. Hell yeah. Now I'm here. I'm getting so many songs. Now I heard Love You Down by SWV. I think that's who it's by. Love You Down. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at it. This could be a working relationship, or there's also some kind of common goal that you guys have that they want to work together on, or some kind of similar vision or trajectory. And they're wanting to mix that with the romantic relationship, something like that. What they want from you, I heard quit playing. Okay, maybe they talk like that. I don't know. Okay. What's that Devil reversed? The Two of Swords reversed. This person may feel like you're being very stubborn, either when it comes to communication or about a potential narrative that you may be spinning, whether that's true or not. Okay. I feel like they want you to be aware of that narrative or of that level of stubbornness. And I think that they want you to detach from a specific narrative that you've been spinning in your head. What's the narrative? The King of Wands. This person thinks that you believe you're very confident in regards to something that you intuitively believe, and they feel like you're wrong. And it can be something that's negative, and they want you to detach from that. Like, they're all willing to fight for you. Like, I think that this person is willing to like compete for you or fight for you or whatever, do what they have to do to maintain the connection. But they want you to let go of some kind of narrative. Okay. That's up to you on whether you do that or not. Sextile and clear the path. Embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, ready to discover and grow from the revelations to come. What are you asking them to do with that sextile reverse, the Wheel of Fortune reverse? So listen, Gemini, I don't know like if you want this person, if you don't want this person, but a sextile in astrology is like an opportunity, and it's either an opportunity that is being presented to you or an opportunity that you're creating, and usually it's pretty fortuitous. However, the sextile is in reverse, which makes me wonder if it's not as fortuitous as it looks, or it may be saying in order to receive some kind of opportunity, you may need to break some kind of cycle, pattern, or let go of the past in some kind of way. Because it's saying that once you do that, some kind of path will be cleared for you, where you can open your heart more, where you can grow, have more revelations about the future, things like that. There's some kind of journey here. So I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. You know this person better than me. You know yourself better than I do. All right. But that's just what I got. Thanks a lot, Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. Okay. That C is fucking huge. Thanks, Enigma. Oh, Nina, that's wonderful. What's up, Tay? Oh, it's all good. I appreciate that, Tay. It's nice to see you, baby. Why do I keep glitching? That is so annoying. It's so annoying. No, bitch, your voice is annoying. I sound so annoying when I complain. All right. So, Cancer. Let's see. The Knight of Swords for the person that you're dealing with. The Emperor reversed. The Nine of Swords. My God. Are you dating someone from fucking Shutter Island? Okay. What is that? This person has some questions and they want some answers. They're pretty relentless with whatever this conversation is that they're wanting to have. They seem to be really in their head about things. They feel out of control, or they feel like they need to maintain some sense of control because there's some kind of, what are they worried about? The Seven of Swords reverse. They're worried about you finding something out. They're worried about some kind of truth being exposed. What's the truth? The Six of Wands reverse. This person could have tried to like ruin your reputation, or they may have been trying to get attention elsewhere. Disgusting. Just kidding. So what's up with the Knight of Swords? The 501. Oh, honey, it's like they're trying to pick a fight to deviate from some kind of level of reality. You know, it's like they're freaking out because they're afraid you're going to find something out. And so they're acting impulsively. They're being very relentless with trying to control some kind of narrative about what they're feeling guilty about. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to find something out, or they're afraid to admit something, you know. And some of them, it's just that they're conflicted about whether or not they should tell you. Anybody complains about me putting on lip gloss during my stream, you will get blocked. Thank you. So what is this person afraid to admit? The 9 of Wands, the 6 of Cups reversed, the 4 of Pentacles reversed. That you were probably right to keep your boundaries high. Okay. Because this person is likely very immature. They hold grudges. They are spiteful. But they want you to... What's this person feeling? The Star, they're feeling hopeless. This is almost like this person panicking. Like, I remember I was going to leave somebody. They had did something that had just pissed me off for like the last time. And I was going to leave, and then they like, all of a sudden they're showing up with these flowers and these rainbow sprinkle pancakes with whipped cream from IHOP. And they're doing all of these things. I'm like, okay, where was this the whole time you were being an asshole? You know, it's like, it's almost like this person is panicking. It's like they're panicking. What's that 4 of Pentacles reverse? This person, what's that 4 of Pentacles reverse? 5 of Pentacles. This person feels either lost without you in some way, or this person feels very out of your circle or abandoned. What's that 6 of Cups reversed? The 10 of Cups reversed. Ugh. If you divorced this person or you broke up with this person, they feel like you're right to drop some kind of, they feel like you were in the right. Okay. Or if you like block them, or some kind of boundary that you upheld, they feel like you were in the right because they know that they're immature and that you took a risk and then you ended up having to take a loss because of the risk that you took. And they're very well aware that they may have made it very difficult for you guys to have some kind of harmonious relationship that was emotionally fulfilling because of their old issues, or because of their lack of maturity or something like that, or their inability to maybe let go of the past. What do they want from Cancer? The Hangman reverse. They want clarity. They want to be welcomed into your space. 4 of Wands reverse, the 5 of Swords reverse. They don't want to feel like they struck out or they lost. They want more clarity, or they want your perspective on something. They want to feel like they're a part of your life. Something like that. I don't know. Trine reversed. Divine flow. Let go of attachment to the outcome and let the universe bring gifts. So like this can go one of two ways, Cancer, right? It can go the hard way, or it can go the easy way. A trine in astrology is a promise. It is a guarantee. It is something that is very easy flowing. However, this trine card is in reversed, which makes me feel like this can get harder, or, you know, there's something about, I feel, letting go of some level of attachment to this outcome with this. Because I feel like once you're able to do that, that's when divine flow can happen. That's when the universe is going to try to bring you some kind of gifts, okay? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Let's move on to Leo. Okay. Alrighty. and shuffle. All right. All right, I got a little bit of this last deck left, and then we're going to use this deck. Hell yeah, butterbeer. Oh my God, my dad is going to make butterbeer from frickin' Harry Potter. I am so excited. It's non-alcoholic, okay? I don't drink alcohol. My sober anniversary is coming up. I'm so excited. December 27th. Well, alcohol and tobacco free anniversary. You know, not saying I've never messed with anything a little natural. Much love, Donna. Happy holidays. What's up, Scott? Okay. All right. Oh, God. All right. I thought I was making good time. I'm not. I can't believe it's almost 1 o'clock already. 2 hours. All right. So, Leo, this person, Empress reversed, the moon reversed, the world reversed. Oh, buddy. What's that moon reversed? The tower reversed. Jesus Christ. My goodness gracious. This can be someone who may have a lot of insecurities. They can be quite possessive or smothering, or they can overdo it sometimes because of some level of insecurity that they have. It can be something as simple as they quadruple text you because they're paranoid, or you know, they're insecure about their body, or is something, okay? And they may have projected some of these fears or insecurities onto you. Like, for instance, this can show up as this person having some insecurities within themselves. So they projected or had some kind of fear that you were cheating just even when you were just going out and having lunch with the boys, or, you know, your girls, or whatever it is. And so it seems like whoever this person is, you have some level of unfinished business with them. They still haven't let go of that projection or these fears. They may be suppressing a lot of emotions down, so that way they don't have to look at them or deal with them. But they also may be hiding something. Like, they may fear you finding something out or being honest with you about how they feel or something like that. But it's inevitable. Like, either something's going to come out anyway, or something's going to be expressed regardless, or it's going to have to be. So whether that's around something they've been hiding, or around an insecurity, or around some kind of fears that they've been keeping inside. So that's who this person is. I have Taurus, Pisces, Scorpio, and Aries. What they're afraid to admit: the Hermit reversed, Virgo, Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles. I think that this person felt or feels like to a point you're a sure thing, but there's something about the connection that makes them very paranoid or makes them feel very scattered, in my opinion. Because that Hermit reverse, this can be where we're really getting in our heads or we're really paranoid, you know? And this person may go back and forth in their mind constantly. What are they afraid of? The Fool, you starting brand new, or failing. They may have a fear of rejection, or they may fear like taking a leap with you or trusting you. I think they fear trusting. But I think this person is afraid to admit that, you know, they want to put the work in, or they want to be this cool, calm, collected, like just one foot in front of the other kind of person, maybe when it comes to relationships or whatever it is. But they have a very hard time with what goes on in their mind and their insecurities that they have. And so it sometimes creates a lot of chaos when really they want calm. They want something that they can count on. And I feel like this is likely a person who has not had that, you know, like maybe they're abandoned by their parents, or they just never had like a you know, somewhere to rest their head or whatever it may be. What does this person want from Leo? Yeah, see, there's some kind of fear of rejection, I think. 10 of Wands, the Temperance. I feel like they want peace. I genuinely feel like they want peace. They want to feel like, you know, things that don't always have to be so hard. They want to be chosen. They want you to feel grateful for them. Not saying that you don't, but they want you to feel grateful for them. They want you to see the work that they put in. They want peace. They want someone to be the peace or bring them peace or make them feel like they can be at peace. I think this is somebody who's been through a lot of shit, honestly, for them to get to this point, in my opinion. Your advice, air, and manifest the new. Embrace change and envision your desires, allowing the universe to align with your intentions. So the air energy, it can be talking about being more communicative. Maybe there's something that you're needing to learn in order to manifest some new path for yourself. Maybe you're needing to be open-minded. But it's asking you to embrace some kind of change. Like, what do you want to create? What do you desire? You know, and it's asking you to keep an open mind. Maybe it's not going to look exactly like you want it to look, or it's not going to be exactly the thing, but maybe it's something like that. And so if you allow the change, then you're allowing the universe to align with whatever it is that your intent is in the best way that it can. Last but not least, thanks a lot, Leo. That was a little rough. Virgo. Okay. All right. Virgo. Person you're dealing with, Judgment reversed. We have Scorpio energy, Justice reversed. What's up with this reading? Libra and Two of Wands. Goodness gracious. Whoever this person is, they're on the fence about whether to just walk or whether to do the right thing and be honest with you or take some level of accountability. That's what I think. Because I think this is somebody who fucked you over pretty bad, excuse my French. And I think that they're trying to avoid some level of responsibility or even avoid some truth about themselves. And this person may be acting like they don't know the difference between right and wrong, or somebody who's like, oh, what? I didn't know that was not a good thing to do, or, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Or, it can be very like passive aggressive, like, don't play, it's kind of that vibe, Virgo. It's somebody who acts like they don't really know what they did when they know what they did. You know what I mean? And I think this person is, let me tell me about that Two of Wands. The Seven of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. I think that they're afraid of your potential wrath. I think that you likely told this person off at some point. Like Virgo, there's a relationship that you have with this individual where you maybe have said some pretty scary things, or you have maybe, at one point, instilled the fear of God into this person with some of the shit that came out of your mouth, and I think this person doesn't want that reality check. I think that they're trying to avoid it out of some level of fear. Okay. And we usually do avoid things out of fear, like not wanting to deal with something. What's that? Justice reversed. The Four of Swords reversed. I'm not diagnosing anybody. This is not a diagnosis, but there can be something that is like, the elevator doesn't go all the way to the top, or there's some kind of disorder, or there's some kind of like mental thing, or some lack of healing, some kind of something there, like a mental imbalance. There's a mental imbalance, I think. Okay, because I think this person still has a lot of healing to do, and I think that they try to avoid that. And we avoid healing by avoiding the truth about ourselves, or the truth about our situations. What is this person afraid to admit? King of Pentacles reverse. The Four of Swords. The Star reverse. They already know that. They do know that. Literally what I was just saying. And to be honest with you, this person, I believe that this person used you. I do. I think this person used you. What did they use them for? What did they use Virgo for? The Hermit. They used you. For you. But what was the goal? Like, I don't get it. The King of Wands, to feed their ego, to maybe look cool, or like, I don't know, maybe you're really handsome, or maybe you're really, pretty or something like that. And it made them feel good in front of their friends, or I don't know, but they specifically used you as a source to feel better about themselves. And this person is very well aware that they did that. It's not a lack of awareness. It's a lack of wanting to talk about the awareness that they have around what they did wrong. And so this person, there's something that they just don't want to share with you. It's like they don't want to open up about it. I heard that they're scared. There's something that they're scared of. Ace of Swords reversed. They're scared of the truth. They're scared of somebody else knowing the truth, or somebody hearing the truth, or hearing them. Okay. This looks messy, honestly. How does this person feel for Virgo? Scared. I told you, there's some kind of fear. Chariot reverse, Page of Wands reverse. This person is afraid. They're afraid to move forward, or they're afraid to message you, or they're afraid to say the thing. There's a lot of chaos inside of this person. This person is internally chaotic. It's almost like they just need to say something out loud that they've been fearing. What do they want from Virgo? Seven of Pentacles reverse. The Four of Wands reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. Hold back on what? The Devil reversed. They don't want to hear the truth. They want you to hold back on, first of all, I don't think that they want you to detach from them. And I also, like, there's a truth that you give this person or you tell this person. This reminds me of somebody else's reading. Who was it? I think it was Libra. That reminds me of this reading. It's like this person wants you to hold back on some level of truth or awareness around them or their own toxicities. It's like they just want you to hold it in or something like that. It's almost as if they feel like they don't deserve to be around you or something. Like they don't deserve your investment. They don't deserve your energy because this person used you in some way. It's like they don't want to face you or something in a way. I don't know. Your advice, Virgo, house 6 reversed and gentle release. What's up with all these fucking reversals in this deck? Gentle release. Let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. Well, house 6 is reversed, so it makes me feel like we're looking at house 12, which is the house of rest. Go take a chill pill. You know, go take a chill pill. Go take a fucking walk, Virgo. You know, go rest. Go on a spiritual retreat. You know, hang out in your bedroom. Do some creative stuff. Whatever it is that you got to do, because I feel like you just need some space. I feel like you need some solitude. I feel like you need peace. I think that's what you really need. And so it's saying like things are a little wonky or a little weird right now. Everything will make sense in time. You know, just hold off or whatever it is you got to do. Strange reading. Very strange. Weird. Are all these in fucking reverse? That's crazy. All right. Super chat questions are on now. Thursdays are usually pretty slow. So for the mods, I don't think you guys are going to have to be sticking around too long. Thanks, Maya. Oh, I love you too, Enigma. I had a German boss once. She was the best. You have a great day too, baby. Sorry, no, that looks really bad. Oh my God, I can't even take myself seriously. As if that is anything better, quite frankly. All right. 3 a.m. Well, shit. I mean, at least you're getting some private readings. No, I was in bed with all the lights off by I think 9. Felt great. I go to bed about 10:30. Yeah, I go to bed about 10:30 every night. It feels wonderful. I like waking up early, like going to bed somewhat early. Feels good. Ooh, gumbo. Oh, hell yeah, buddy. That sounds fabulous. That sounds fabulous. All right, I'm going to do a couple super chat questions and then I got to pee. I might just be able to get it all done right now, honestly. All right, here we go. We got number 1. Okay. Is there anything that number 1 needs to know about this person? Okay. She's overcoming something with that 3 of Swords reverse. She's overcoming something. Could have been a breakup. Could have been a death. It's something that was heartbreaking. I think that she's like trying to take it as well as she can. That Wheel of Fortune tells me she's just letting go of control. She's not trying to force anything. She's learning something through the process. I think she has a good understanding of how karmic law works, or, you know, what goes up must come down, you know, she's just kind of rolling with the punches a little bit. She may have some discrepancies or some disagreements with either you, or she may feel like the two of you are not on the same page about certain goals. But that can also just be her coworkers. So there can be some issues with the people that she works with, where she's like, I don't freaking, you know, what is that Three of Pentacles about? The Page of Cups reversed. There can be like love at the workplace, maybe, or she feels like maybe somebody is playing the victim a little bit, or somebody's not really being forthright about how they feel. So, but I don't think it's bad. It's not like super dramatic or anything like that. It's just kind of tiny. Okay. What are her intentions with my client? King of Pentacles reversed, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Sun. What's the King of Pentacles? The Nine of Swords. What does she want from number one? I don't know if she will really be willing to give up her independence, or she may be looking for somebody to add to a specific lifestyle that she lives or wants to live. You know what I'm saying? But I think she wants to make you happy, and I think that she wants you to make her happy in return. I think this is a very self-focused woman. I think that she is very financially focused. And again, she may be looking for a very specific kind of lifestyle that doesn't impose on her identity or doesn't make her life harder. Okay. Does that make sense? What does he not see coming, just in general? The Empress reversed. There could end up being a woman in your life who becomes very stubborn, or becomes very smothering. The Death reversed. There could be a feminine figure in your life who is dealing with some health complications, or may deal with some health complications from the past. They may be coming back up. Sorry, that was a very specific message. The Ace of Cups reversed. But if it's not that, it can be somebody from your past who's feeling a little insecure. There's like a lack of change. Like they're not willing to make some kind of change in order to get their needs met. I think that they run off a lot of insecurities or a lot of self-doubts, to be honest with you. And so because of that, they can show up in a very, like, I don't know if domineering is really the right word, but like it may be perceived as a little needy or self-conscious or something like that. It almost feels a little codependent. I don't know who this is. Okay. And you may feel like a woman in your life stops nurturing the connection because of something from the past that's making them feel drained. Okay. Your advice is Virgo and resurrection. Shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself, and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. So maybe you've gone through something. Maybe you're going through something now. It's telling you to get up, dude. You know, it's telling you to Virgo that shit. Put your head down, get the work done. Maybe you're needing to master something. Maybe you're needing to focus on your health and your nutrition and working out, or maybe there's some kind of project that you're needing to work on, but it's saying that you can resurrect through that work that you do. Okay. Thanks a lot, number one. Alrighty. Alrighty. Number 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, what's this? I think that things from the past might end up getting in your way, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if it's, old projects, old relationships, something may end up getting in the way and require you to revisit them, which can start to make you feel like, oh God, I just can never win. I just can never get shit done. I asked if you should actually do it. Usually I would say yes, just to say that you fucking did it. But the 9 of Cups reversed and the 7 of Wands reversed, I don't think that you would necessarily like win something. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you couldn't, but I think it's because of the past stuff or whatever it is that you're dealing with on the sidelines is going to likely end up getting in the way. And you may end up getting intimidated because of that. Like maybe an old relationship comes back or something like that. And then, you feel like you're emotionally in this and now you're having a hard time focusing on that. And so you feel like you can't rise up against the competition. It can be that, old debts or, just something from the past comes back up and kind of acts as a distraction. And that may be part of the reason why you're really not able to put your time and your energy into it. So, I mean, you can do it to say you did. Here's your shot, right? You don't want to fuck it up. You want to make sure that you're totally focused. And especially like, potentially, again, like you said, taking that opportunity or experience from somebody else. So I think if you were to do it, you would have to be 100% all in. Like you would have to be very determined. You would have to be ready. Okay. You would have to put your pedal to the metal kind of thing. Okay. All right. Thank you, darling. Number 3. Okay. Let me see. This person could have a strong Pisces placement. There could be somebody here that's interested in you that you do know. You may have either A, forgotten about them, or you had some regrets around this person or they you, and that has since been let go, but they haven't let go of it. They're still stuck on whatever that issue was or is. Okay. So you know them. Thank you, number 3. Number 4.